I believe if you're a man and you're dedicated, you can have as much money as you decide to have. I came from absolutely nothing. I came from a single parent in government housing. I had no car. Even at the age of 20, I was running to the gym. And now I've got 30 in. If you're broke, it's 1,000% your fault. You need money. The second thing is I believe a man is physically capable. The easiest way to be brave is to be capable. If you're a capable individual who's prepared to defend his woman to the death, and you can make sure that your woman always has a house to sleep in and food to eat, then you're a good enough man for most women. If you're a dude who's waking up and you can't pay the bills and you can't do 10 push-ups, then you're not a man. That's the reality of the game.
You have to learn high-value money-making skills as a man. If not, you're in for the long haul of actually being sad, being depressed, having somebody else in control of your income and not being able to live the life that you want. And that should piss you off a little bit inside. Like, that should really make you angry that you trade your time on this planet, your precious time, just for a low paycheck that doesn't even suit the life that you want.
Modern society is constantly changing. Even in the midst of this bizarre, upside-down, and unstable world we live in, men must never change, despite culture's constant invocation of new trends and agendas. Today, we will begin with 7 abilities that every man should acquire at some point in his life. Number 1, don't run from root. Best expressed by Theodore Roosevelt. He stated that no man in history has ever left a name worth remembering who loved a simple life. A man's greatest weapon can actually be his trials and tribulations. It might help him develop the mental toughness he's never had before. All of them contribute to success. Avoiding failure also prevents success. Number 2, face canny challenges. If I could go back in time and impart one piece of advice to my younger self, it would be to take more risks, not foolish ones but smart ones. Intelligent risks typically have few consequences at a large reward, whereas stupid risks typically have many consequences. The risk of gambling all of your money away at a casino is very different from the risk of, say, starting a YouTube channel and making 4 videos per week. Third, increase your rank. You should advance throughout everyday life. You should acquire the admiration of others. You act like you don't care about moving up the social ladder, but then you go play World of Warcraft for 6 hours in an effort to get higher. You put in a lot of effort in Call of Duty to level up and become the best of the best, but in real life, you don't do that. All of it is fictitious accomplishment and status. You apply what you've learned from playing those video games for real life. You could have a lot of power and influence. Even introverts and shy people want to be seen. The only difference is that they end up damning themselves and hiding away out of fear of being seen as powerless. If you want your wife to respect you, your children to respect you, and your community to respect you, as a man, you must build, progress, and upgrade. I'm not suggesting that you need to be some high-profile gangster who drives a Lamborghini and always has 2 bad guys with them. You cannot remain stagnant because everything that is stagnant is withering away, slowly dying. A man is born to advance. You want to get better so you can help other people get better. What am I able to offer to the world? That is the query, not what I can take. This is a war, and the whole world is against you. You have to decide whether to rise against it or continue to ignore it. You are living a life of purpose and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone when you rise in rank. God's gifts are multiplying in your life. Never allow anyone to hear you whine. Complaining is the most cowardly thing a man can do. Do everything without arguing or complaining so that you can become blameless and pure, and then you will shine like stars among them. That is a pretty potent statement even if you don't believe in the Bible. There is someone out there who would give anything to trade spots with you. No matter how bad your life is right now, because your life is literally someone else's dream, you're just a whiner baby when you complain about something without coming up with a solution. Mastering your flow state is number 5. When you are in that motivation loop, you are in your groove, you are focused, and you are getting things done. This is your flow state. To be honest, it's pretty intimidating. There is no simple way to enter that motivation loop. You quite recently got to make a plunge, however, at that point after around 5 or 10 minutes. That is the point at which the wizardry occurs. You catch that wave as momentum begins to flow, and you suddenly find yourself in a flow state. Getting into that motivation loop is the only way to enter that flow state. You need to forget about your emotions and just dive right in. 6. Make the situation more manageable. Probably one of the most significant things will be this. Imagine the men who are locked up for the rest of their lives because they made one irrational and stupid decision in the heat of their rage. They were unable to control their feelings. A man's judgment is always clouded by emotions. The majority of men believe that getting into fights and getting up in the faces of others is masculine, but this is actually absurd. Which do you think requires more strength? Punishing someone who has disrespected you or showing the other side your support? Are you more likely to respond by becoming irate and yelling back at your girlfriend? Or are you more likely to simply listen to her and acknowledge the emotions she is expressing? Which do you believe calls for more strength? What do you believe is more diligently to do? Because the man chooses not to diffuse the situation, most marriages fail. Since they didn't know how to keep their mouths shut, many men are in prison. It's not difficult to apologize when you realize you're off base, yet what about saying sorry when you realize you're correct? The majority of men believe that when you apologize, you lose control, but in reality, you gain control. It allows you to now attack the issue, rather than merely allowing everyone to continue to attack each other. It disarms everyone and calms everyone down. Number 7, you need to start a YouTube channel, even though it might sound funny. It has never been easier to make a name for yourself online than it is now, so this is a golden opportunity. There are so many opportunities to build your empire right now on the internet. Assuming that you, as of now, have something happening for yourself and you're now earning substantial sums of money for what it's worth. You have your own organizations that you own. That is cool. Yet I actually think YouTube is an extraordinary open door, and it tends to be useful to you. I'm not saying you have to be the best guy, but every man needs to be able to express himself. Start publishing online tutorials on how to make beats if you enjoy making beats. If you enjoy baking, start making videos and teaching others how to bake. Show people your ventures and the best places to visit if you enjoy traveling. You require that outlet. You can turn yourself into a business by remaining committed, focused, and consistent in your posting, which is the most powerful position a man can hold. I hope this video was of some use to you. If you are new, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification button. I'll see everyone soon.